You're live.
I'm alive.
Now, we'll see. Man, look at already 4 people in here. Hey guys, say something in the comments. I want to make sure that we can see the chat. Somebody comment. 5 people in the room. Can you hear us?
Silence.
Silence. Talk, Mike. Man, it sounds pretty good, Mike.
No, all right.
Keep talking.
I'm talking.
He's talking.
Got the Yak-130 by FMS.
Version 2.
V2.
Somebody comment.
V2 is better than V1.
Yes, and I'm not 100% certain what makes it version 2, but one of you guys can tell us. Just stand by, bro.
Clicking buttons.
Clicking buttons, 12 people in the room. What I want to see is your comments, you guys.
Maybe they're shy, Mr. Ryan.
Yeah. Hey, this is live TV. So look, I want to see if Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike RC is live 1 minute ago. Cool. Oh, wow.
So I heard about this thing called Bit Summit.
So we got comments.
Yeah.
But they're not coming up on that.
On that screen. That's okay because we couldn't see them from here anyway. What's in the box? Okay, guys. Man, wow, yo. Look at this. We missed a ton of them.
We missed it. Yeah. No,
so I'm going to go right to the open it and see what is new. All right, let's do it. Guys, thanks for coming over to. Can you hear us okay? I'm going to take these headphones off if you can.
I can hear you fine, Ryan.
I'll keep an eye on these comments. Okay, it's a side opener, Mike.
Yes. So we're going to open it from the side. Which side do we open?
Whatever.
I guess this side's open.
Sure, go ahead. Side opener. Guys, thanks for tuning in. This is normally when we did the Pilot's Lounge podcast, but we're going to do that on Saturdays now at the same time. I happen to have Mike in town, which is awesome. And I got it, bro.
Oh, you're using that.
And yeah, and this showed up actually by complete surprise. And are they metric? I'm betting they are.
Well, is there any other way there wouldn't be?
Well, there was a time when you used to get these screws.
I'm putting the screws right there in the front.
Nice. Hey, keep cracking.
I'm cracking.
I'm going to show everybody these pieces as they go. Gavin says he's getting the Yak. Side open. Sounds like a knife to the top will do. We hear you. Whoa, check it out. Looks good.
Mm-hmm. Smells terrific. I mean, the smell is.
So these are Metal Gear servos. You've got ball link connections. Very similar. I hit the mic. Sorry. Very similar for the attachments there. Countersunk for the screws.
Man, that finishes.
It's pretty nice.
Beautiful.
Actually, I was a little bit. Yeah, I'm still reserving judgment, but these are plastic, by the way, and the paint looks really good. Mike, does this remind you of the old days or what?
I know it. Back in the garage.
Back in the garage at the old house.
Yep.
You know, I was expecting the foam that's the kind of the new foam. They call it the EPO 52, which I think most of us have the opinion that it's a little bit it's nice, but it's kind of soft. This stuff seems to be a little bit more like their older stuff. Whoa, look at that tubby.
This is.
Look at that.
Oh, I love the smell of the brand new wheels. That's pretty nice. Eh?
It is pretty nice. Let's see. Great show. New EDF smell. New car smell, Victor. Hey, here's your nose cone. Put it on.
Oh.
Aha. I knew that was going to
It doesn't
happen.
stick. I need more magnets in my face.
Carbon fiber tube or plastic. You never know. I think it's carbon fiber. Let's see. Manual. What does Manuel have to say?
Well, let's see. Of course, I didn't bring any reading glasses,
Oh,
and I can't
well.
see close up.
Then I'll read it in a minute.
I got reading glasses in the car. I might have to go get them.
Wow, this wing looks just like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
It does. Man,
Check it
it's
out.
almost identical, except it's the
Smells like victory. Grossman says he doesn't see any phone cells. Yeah, I mean, not through the through the
No.
camera. Hey, I'm gonna get rid of this box, partner.
Oh, that's the best part.
Get a good whiff. Okay. Hey, this is like live. It is live.
Well, it
It's
is live,
completely
yes.
like live.
Well, except for them, they get about a 30-second delay,
That could be.
so it's not really live for them. Maybe it's
So
pre-recorded.
check this out, guys. Of course, your wires are there. Some hard points. Most of the work is done for you. Mike, I know you built the other one.
Oh yeah, built a bunch of them,
You built a few of them, but in various sizes.
and I
right?
glued a lot of them back together.
The last time we went public with a Yak-130, it really hit the ground pretty impressively. Hey, listen, I'm going to take this off. How much slack do I have? None. I'm not going to take it off.
Dude, this is a tubby, man.
Is
I
the
love
tail
it.
blue or screwed on? Well, we will find out in a minute.
Looks like glue, my friends.
Samuel. Yeah, it looks like, check this out.
Glue and screw, most likely.
Well, look at
because-
that. Can you see it, guys? There's like some double-sided 3M right there. Check it out.
This part, I would say, is going to get glued, but we'll see in the instructions right now.
Instructions. Check out instructions.
Glued. So the tail piece.
Whoa. Sweet. That's what makes it V2. Guys, these landing gear are sweet.
I know it.
We'll get them dropped in a little while. Their
Yeah,
suspension
they look. That's
out of the box.
beefy. Man, look how big the trunnions are. That's
Here, let's
With
see
that
if I can't
piece-
show you guys.
not bad.
Dude. You know, Mike has way more experience on these than I do. I got to fly it a little bit. I know it's blown out, y'all, but we're doing the best we can. Can you guys see in there
Hey,
at all?
do you got the glue?
I've got some foam tack, of course, made in the USA, bub. Look at this beef in there. Oh, dude, it's dense.
I know it. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure this is why it gets glued like that. You
It's a monster tail.
Yeah, you glue this two together, and this glues up here
I better get the manual for something bad happens.
where the canard, and it goes in like that, and it glues in like this. And this comes back here.
Wow, Mike.
I know, like this. This way, yeah, it goes like that. Isn't that beautiful?
That's nice. Can they see how ridiculous that is? Okay. Listen, we've never done this live. This is kind of neat. I mean, we're guys who come from video, but not live video, right?
No.
So we could make a build take 3 hours, and then you guys see 10 minutes of it, and it's done. Like, this is what it is, though.
Now you get to hear the cussing behind,
Yeah.
behind the scenes when things don't line up.
All right, number 1, vertical stabilizer installation. Remove, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Remove the top layer of the double-sided tape on the rear of the fuselage as picture shows.
There it is.
I'll do that since you got a hand occupied. I guess you can glue it after the fact. Maybe just like fill.
You tape it, and then there's the screw that holds it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Is the other one like that at all?
Yes.
Is it key in as well?
Yeah, it keys in, but you do have to glue the other one in.
So this one's got a hard point right there at the base of the vertical stab. That's pretty slick. The one thing we're not going to get from the live probably until we get better at this is some of these the close shots of all right here, man. Polarity, orange to orange, Mike.
I would actually run this under the slot.
That's probably what it's for, eh?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got one of those go get 'em wires. Need it?
Yep.
Oh man, you don't need it. You got it, Broseph.
Wow, that's precision.
It takes two to make a thing go right. We gotta have to get these lights fixed someday. All right, Broseph, go.
All right, so we want orange to red and brown.
Mike. One of you ought to read the messages. Yeah, I'm working on it. Thank you so much. By the way, 23 guys hanging out in the room. Appreciate it. You three should get a room. But wait, you're in a room already. Victor, you're something else, man. Appreciate that. You'd be fun to hang out with. Victor, by the way, one of these days on the show. Sound good? Nice landing gear, Adam Hampton. That's what she said. Okay. Dude, I cannot wait. This should build so quick. So what's your favorite battery in the Freewing one, Mike?
4,000s, I think was.
You like 4,000s?
Yeah, 45s were no problem, but 4,000s, I like to keep the planes as light as possible. They hurl better, faster through the air, I think.
On the 4,000?
Yeah.
No weight penalty, good flight time.
I'm hoping that this has the same characteristics as the Freewing, because when you upset it, like really upset it, crank and bank, you'll find the plane automatically ignores all your inputs, goes back to straight and level again, which I think is pretty cool.
Mike you really like the Yak-130 in various sizes because he will not be without his 90 millimeter, and you always seem to be repairing the other red one.
Yeah.
You're having a little bit of a shopping cart eye on the other one. So Grossman asked a question.
Hey, Grossman.
What up? Does it come in other colors? Yes, it does. There's also a gray one. This is the version 2, by the way. And some of you might know. Let us know in the comments if there are differences between the power system. It may just be that it's the landing gear that make it version 2. I'm not sure. This thing really did show up by mistake. Not mistake, but surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, we didn't know this was coming.
70 millimeter to answer Grossman's question. Yeah, Mike has the 90, and it's an in-runner stock, which is fantastic. And that, of course, is the Freewing 90. And we've got good experience on the Freewing 70
Grossman was out there watching it when we were out there playing that. Yeah. This thing feels...
Hey, Dennis, what's up, guy?
Boy, this thing feels good. Like...
It does. Mm-hmm. So what do we need to do? I'm like so all about the comments.
Mm-hmm. Do we got a stand that we can?
No.
Okay.
I've got foam though, like crazy, right behind you. Hold on. What do you need to flip it upside down?
Oh, dude, this is pretty cool. Did you?
I keep everything. Look at.
Yeah. In a minute, we're gonna have to flip this upside down, but I kind of like the idea.
That tape.
No.
Let me go back to YouTube for the comments.
I like how we got the two screws going in right there.
Yeah.
And they're saying glue up here, though, right? Where are they?
Nope, it's secure.
Oh, that's the tape thing there that they're saying?
There's the tape you already did just now.
Right. No, I meant what's that symbol up there?
That's the screw size.
Oh, all right.
It's that 3 millimeter by 32 long millimeters.
Whoa. That's these guys.
We kind of have a monitor. Awesome. Let me find a wrench for that. So what do you want to do next? It says to connect the rotor servo connectors to the servo extensions and the fuse. Carefully slide the vertical tail assembly into the slot in the fuselage. We've done that. Mike caught the wire trouble. Like easily, and we avoided that. What else do you need, man?
Well, we're getting ready just to put in the.
Do you want it higher? Watch this.
I think we're fine there. I think we're pretty good.
You can get one under there if you want to get the tail off the. It's not going to stay.
Oh, I don't think it's going to be a problem because all we got to do is just put this together.
All right.
And
All right. Let's see. So yeah, it's nothing to screw yet. So get the tail done.
make sure I got the colors right. Yeah.
Outstanding. While he's doing that, I'm going to find the size we need. Dave Archer says, you guys are making me buy more planes. 13 here already, 2 on the way, started in June.
Nice, good collection.
Nice looking EDF. Hey, if you're new to the party and we're starting to make you buy planes, you can join a club. It's called RC Modeling. We've been making guys buy planes for about 6-7 years now, right?
Okay, there is
Hey, that came out
Yep.
pretty good.
yeah. That's what I want to make sure that that's together. Like I said, this is where you start.
You can recycle that tape too, and if you want me to do it, I'll do it.
I got it. That's cool.
Great news. Please reply to my question about plane stands. What is the plane stand question? Would anyone recommend Yaks as a second jet?
No.
I would kind of say not,
No.
but his experience, this is Josh McLean, shout out. I have the Dynam Turbojet, so it may or may not be a good transition.
No, it won't be.
Any of you other guys chime in as well on this. What would you say is a good second jet?
Well, you know, it all depends because I said that to some folks that are way more qualified.
I mean,
It's
if the
just
dude's-
they're flying, you know, under.
If he's
But-
rocking the turbojet, then maybe. But he's got to be owning it.
Right. The thing about a yacht on landings is it could be almost as bad as the Scorpion, where you're going to get a pretty good.
You really got to be on your bleed off game, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a total
you gotta
attitude
stick a
game.
monkey pants, or you're going to be going into a bucking bronco. Dude, this tape is
Let me
like
see what's up, bro.
wrapped all around. You see in there?
Yeah. What are you thinking for the connections
Well,
though? Are you liking them?
Yeah. I mean, you can double check, but they're hard to.
I can live with the tape. If we're
Well, you can't have any seam here. It's going to have to be seamless when that thing
Oh, I
goes
get it.
on.
I get it.
And I'm wondering if that tape's
Can
going to
you see it all? The next steps are going to be the screws, right?
Yepper. Yeah, and all 3 screws will go in once the tail assembly's together.
This kind of keys in as well, doesn't it?
Hold on a second. I'll take this back, sir.
What is it, bro?
Let's see. Gosh, I wish I had my reading glasses. Should have done that because we're doing a build, eh?
Yeah.
So we've got 3 screws going. You don't put this one in first. Up here because that one goes all the way through. Yeah, it's just 2 holding those on.
Yeah, that's it. Just
Yeah.
2. I don't, unless there's one from the top, which I don't think there is. What can you get to these wires from inside? I don't want you to pull them though from there. We'll get to the comments.
Yeah,
in a
that
minute.
hole could be actually a little bigger. I think they could have done something.
You know what we're doing wrong? Yeah, well, it's funny because you want to go in flat, but you need to go in like long ways. Hold the tail like that a sec. I've got a persuader here. It's called carbon fiber roto rooter. You ready?
Mhm. Watch them be undone.
All right, got it. Okay, so what screws does it want us to use? Those 32 millimeter guys?
Yeah.
We'll get there. I'll be back on the comments in a minute. You guys are awesome. Geez, look backwards. Not very many in the comments. What? You're out of your mind, right? So you guys who've been tuning in,
Oh,
That's
look
it.
At that.
look at that
Nice.
like a glove. So these are the 3. Let me, I got my wrenches. Yes.
Yeah, no gluing in the back. That's kind of nice. That's really good.
This looks like a 2 millimeter metric gets it done. Wrench.
And when you start that, don't go all the way tight
Okay.
because it will cause that to pop up in the back. And
All right.
Get that second one in.
Cool. Starting to bite, not. So double check, verify. That seems awfully long. Sometimes they're wrong. Where's the other screws? They see
it.
how short that is?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there some for the wings?
Okay, 3.
Are there more
3, 2.
screws, bro?
That's it.
You gotta be kidding me.
Well, no, you got these for the wings. 4.
Is that the same size?
Yeah.
I think this one. I mean, what do you think? Who's built one of these? That's pretty long,
Pretty
dude.
long, yeah. Okay, so you know what that's telling me then?
That the long one goes in the beef, and the short one, that's a spare, goes right there. This is why we do builds for y'all guys. Not that the manuals are awful; they're getting better. What? Just read it.
Is this showing screws going in?
No, it didn't mention anything about screws. It's just talking about, that's just direction. You know what I'm saying?
I wish we oh, yeah, I can almost see it now. God, it sucks when you can't see things close up. Oh, that sucks.
Let's see here, comment section. I always keep a millimeter ruler so I can see the size of the screws.
Right.
Just saying. Well,
the thing is,
we don't need them.
Yeah, you got one. You only got 2 choices. You've got one this long and one this big. That's it. That's the only 2 that are in the kit of different sizes.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like that's 3 centimeters and
fairly
yeah, it's
obvious.
Kind of there. I mean, I like how simplistic this kit is.
I mean, I could be wrong that this one doesn't go, but I'm a little bit cockeyed here.
The rest is going to be for the wings, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
So pull this tape because there's bound to be some wires in there.
Yep.
I'm working on this. I need a magnet. I'm already screwed up.
One thing I noticed though that these lines are really countersunk in pretty good. All these lead wires.
Are they?
Yeah. And those are small holes, eh? I mean, you got just enough room for the lead to come out, and that's about it.
There may be a little more room
And-
inside.
One thing that I noticed too is they're taped on the inside of these, which is kind of weird.
And man, I gotta tell you,
they're taped.
are they?
Yeah, they're taped like. Oh, there's going to be more than one. You're gonna need a flap. So let me get these out. Boy, this is where forceps come in somewhere.
Yeah, I am
Some
not.
clamps.
I'm ill prepared down here, honestly. I go back and forth with tools, and I don't have them all.
I'm really
And my magnet's holding up that stinking diffuser.
see how they got the tape around the wires, and they're taped inside in the channel. So you got to break the tape out. Here's the tape. This is something different. So they're taped on the inside in that channel.
We just went to Blowout City. I'll have to fix that in a minute.
We sure did. Ooh, look at the aura coming off of that.
Yeah, man.
Is that just your computer, or is that out in the out there in YouTube land?
It's probably for real. You burn your hands, but what happens if you twist that bulb? Will it let you?
Twist it.
Yeah, like turn it off. Don't burn your hands. Is it hot?
Oh, dude, that is like.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not worth it. We'll fix it in a minute.
Yeah, now I'm hooked. Oh, too dark. Oh, hey, that's pretty nice.
That's not awful.
Whew, man.
All right. So
No, I can't see.
much better on the lighting. Cool, man. Brother from another mother. I'm looking down the hole here to see if I was lined up. You know what's funny is I'm making this call that it's a shorter screw. What if I'm wrong? I could be. I got my junk wrench. All right. I'm going to do what they said. Let's try that. I never want to do what they say. It could be that could be it, man. Maybe they actually know what they're doing now. It's been a long time since I've done one of these. Guys, we may be able to get out and fly this thing Saturday. So
winds are going to be crazy Saturday.
What's new?
Yeah, no.
Windiana, man.
Hey,
Yo,
got it. I got all the leads out.
Did you?
Yep.
Who got the leads out? See, now the light's good for them,
And
but
awful.
it's not
Yeah, we can't
good
see
for
a thing.
us.
Can't see a thing over here now.
I have the junkiest, like, wannabe Swiss Army knife.
Hey, what happened to your cool one? The one that, you pull
It's at the shop.
Oh, what are you doing? Us
Hey.
good.
This is taken. What's this? I can't wait to get these gear down
Oh, no.
and flip it over. So where are we at, bro?
Well,
wings
are going to be next, and then that's all the screwing parts.
and we'll probably not set throws here.
No, yeah, I was just saying that's.
So Mike, I want to you're going to be here for Saturday's
There's
podcast, man.
Yeah, because there's no game.
There's no game, and George is going to help us get this thing dialed in for our YouTube channel, but he's probably going to be. This is killing me with the tail on the table. Here,
Oh.
lift this up. It's killing me, bro. It's the whole point of this stuff.
You're fine.
There. Loads
Like
better.
It's, like it's made for it.
I'm telling you, I don't throw nothing away. So George is going to be at Joe Knoll, and we're not. So, Mike, go for it, bro. I'm going to look at some comments. So we won't have George to help us out for Saturday, but it won't matter because it's going to be me and Mike doing it right here. Next, and that's 9:00 Eastern time, RC Pilots Lounge, number 7.
You got a flashlight.
Yeah, we're going to find out and let you all know what the real skinny is on, you ready for this? Stickum monkey pants. You guys want to know this? Actually, what I'm going to do is put in a bulb that's not as bright.
Oh, right.
How about that?
Yes.
Talk to the people.
Hey, people. Actually, hey, you know what? It just so happens, so I got one of these Gizmo gadget phones too, eh? And on top of that, has a flashlight.
You got one?
Well, I'm just going to use this one on my phone for the flashlight.
I was thinking about, I can't go that way. There's a ton of wires, Mike. I got to get behind you. Look out. Somebody's going to make some wise comment. Who?
Hey, we're not wearing pants, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, Mike. We would be working down here in the dark. Like, guys, it's really, hey, that's a lot less
Intrusive.
for real. Is that better?
I hope so.
Stoked about it. So awesome that the camera and the microphone is working for us. Mike, it's going well for you, I take it. I'm going to get back on here.
And I think
Kilt. Yeah, no kilt, Grossman. Mike's got that skirt on again. No, and I'll prove it to you with the camera here in a minute. On YouTube, Grossman, yes. That is where we're doing the RC Pilots Lounge. And I love doing it on George's Facebook page. But what happens is the next day, it's lost in the shuffle. Like with YouTube, it can live on a playlist, podcasts and live streams, and stay at the top, right? So, and also behind the scenes, it saves us. What do you need, partner? It saves us a ton of upload time and data. I mean, honestly, it does add up and cost time and money to do this a little bit. So YouTube's good because it's going to keep everybody up at it's going to keep the streams and the podcast up at the top. So they're easily referenced and not lost in the shuffle, because, you go to the trouble to do this thing. You don't want it just lost in the shuffle behind whatever.
One thing they could have improved this kit was just giving us regular screw.
Regular screws. If you're not going to do regular screws, send that wrench
with
it. That's really my only.
Other than that, this thing's going together pretty doggone.
12-bladed fan. Mike, it's an end runner.
No way.
I swear, look at it. When that can is back there like that, that's an end runner. Dude, let me see that manual. Anyway, all right, guys. And another reason why we like YouTube too
this is gonna make
is because we can raise with the super chat. I think it's turned on. I'm not sure, but with super chat, we can kind of help supplement some of this expense sometimes, because I've got apps running in the background so we can optimize things and all this and that. And
MacGyver called. He wants his
nothing's free. Let's see. Specifications. I wish I could talk like our buddies in Slovenia, man. By the way, back to the comments. Next time you're out at Lowe's, headlamp. Yeah. It's just not a good look for a video, though. But it's a brilliant thing when you're working by yourself, which we never get to. We're always sharing it with you. I got the L-39 to fly at my field with a smaller runway, but didn't realize how big that thing is. Going to need you and Mike show us how to make it work on a short runway. You better believe it. And I got an L-39 coming. I think it said late September on the website. So that's coming up, isn't it? I mean, late September is right upon us. So we'll be getting one of those. And as soon as we can work it up, we're gonna. Salute, Mike Remvidas. And we're also going to have an L-39, I'm pretty sure, at Warwards over Grapevine. So there's going to be Motion RC. We're working in cooperation with Motion RC. We're doing kind of our own thing a little bit more now than we used to. We just have a little more time. So we want to fly everything, and we just love working and sharing this stuff with you guys. So we're still going to do everybody's stuff now is really what's up with that. But the L-39, they're going to have us one at Warwards over Grapevine and some other plane that Mike and I are going to fly the whole weekend, because we're flying out the 114 Squadron in Grapevine, Texas, puts on this event. And we're going to talk more about that on the podcast, but they fly me and Mike out. And then Motion donates some prizes for the raffle. It raises money for these children of fallen soldiers to have basically some decompression time, some vacation. It's amazing because United Airlines and Delta and all these big airlines contribute.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies behind it.
Yeah, and they asked us to come out last year for the first time we were there, and they raised even more money than last time before. And so that was just a one-day event. We've got it all weekend this time, and we can't wait to see our friends in Texas again. Mike, you're doing a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man. And Dennis Farley won the Tiger Cat last year.
Yeah.
And, of course, other guys, there was a lot of prizes. And so we're going to fly a couple of prizes so we have something, since we're flying there on an airplane. And then when we're done, the show is over, those are going to be raffled off. And the money, of course, goes to the Snowball Express charity as well. Yeah, what's the difference? I'm not up on my Jets in runner versus outrunner.
Oh, the difference?
Yeah, that's
the difference is pretty much the way the can is. Like your outrunner, the whole thing spins. On the in-runner, the casing doesn't spin, but the inside spins. That's the difference between in-runner and outrunner. So see, in-runner, you're going to get a lot more
They usually
Lot more
sound a
power.
little smoother. I think
Yeah.
they're maybe a little more efficient, but they're also a little bit heavier most of the time too.
Yes.
But
They pack a wallop.
the Yak-190 is such a big 130 90 millimeter. I mean to say, it's such a big thing. It needed to be an in runner, and I remember hearing this thing and thinking it was the plane, just the shape of it, like a ton of foam that made it sound so good, like. And then we found out one day you were fixing it.
Yeah.
That it was an in runner. Comments. Tally ho, brothers. I think this is going to be the live chat deluxe. By the way, if you're in the room, thumbs up the video. The whole thing about social is there's some weird AI robot back in a closet somewhere at YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, wherever you are, who wants to reward you only if your people reward you too. And that means likes, engagement, comments, all that stuff. Hey, put that.
Check this out. This is a magnetic nose cone. So when you're in the car and you're getting ready to shut your Aztec door and it's just too long, pull this off and it fits nicely in an Aztec. Aztec friendly. Just
Aztec friendly. So, Mike, you got the whole thing together. Are there some externals? Like some little tanks and bombs and such?
There are these little guys right here.
Hey, so you guys who have flown one of these, what do you think about the 80 to 85 millimeter CG? By the way, somebody that's going to be in Texas. Let's see. Super chat me. I want to see if it works. And then I'll get you a Dallas Blonde when we go to the restaurant. One of you guys in Texas. Dude, Andrew Williams got a IX-12. Looks awesome.
I want to say it goes on like that. If I remember the Russians, I don't think that was the back. Am I doing that right?
I don't know. It looks right to me, honestly.
Right.
What's the box say?
I don't know. Yeah, let me look at the box. I'm not
What does the box say? Hey, you're right, bro.
Okay, I figured because I was kind of going by all those beautiful pictures of these things.
Hey, hold on a minute.
Hey, that's a fine Rich. Hey.
Pilots all over the world salute each other. There's Rich. What up? I think he's already at and all. Should we take those off? Is that going to screw them up?
No, not at all. Because they're not even going to hang down. It's a nice flat body.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good, bro.
Beauty.
Look at this. It's already like together. So what I'm looking for is not the German instructions. Ryan was blushing over the Dallas Blonde in Thursday's show. Yes, it is a beer. And I was totally blushing because believe it or not, 100% family friendly. And we have, look at it. I'm just a head and hands. Isn't that wild?
He's like he's been green screened out.
Look at.
He's ready for the Kabuki theater.
We've always been family friendly, dude. And you know what I mean? Inappropriate.
Except for when we do this live.
Except for, well, we're trying. Let's see. Motor size. And I'm not sure if this will be correct, but it should be. The book says V2. It says motor size 2860 kV. 2860, 1850 kV. Should be Metal Gear servos throughout. I'm looking for it to say in runner somewhere, but it apparently doesn't. But that doesn't.
There was a step that we didn't do that I always do when we do a build.
Bind first.
No, the first thing I always do is I get out the servo tester and I do what's called burning the servos. And I'll hook up the servo tester to a particular surface and I just let it run for about 6 minutes because that would equal a flight. And I'm looking for any type of heat or anything like that.
Oh, man. That's a good idea, by the way.
So this is the first build that I'm wondering.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm not a betting man, but Mike, I build usually my own. Mike builds his own. We haven't done one of these for a while, but I'm just curious how our ailerons and flaps are going to be.
Exactly, because these people.
Look, it's XT60.
Yeah.
You got any XT60
I sure do.
6-cell batteries?
You bet.
Where?
At home.
Oh, guys, we really wanted to get the wheels down for you. Good thing there was a gift taped to the outside of the box. Check this out. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Gift. It's an XT60 EC5 adapter.
Whoa.
Whoa. Let's receive her up, man. Hey, I'm going to put a...
Ooh, Futaba.
This receiver brought to you by Futaba, 8-channel S-Bus capable. I like this one for a lot of things, and if I decide later to use a Hobby Eagle gyro, I'll have an extra channel to be able to do so. I'm scared. There's no box. Actually, there is a box, but you don't need it. So,
Just clip those.
I don't know. Is it necessary?
I would, and then redo it after you get it done, so you can put.
I don't know, man. Hold
on.
on a minute, dude, because let's just see. It's already kind of tidy. All right, you talk to the people, bro. Can you read these comments?
No, I can't. I don't have reading glasses on.
What good are you?
I know.
Look out. Look out, bro. So,
Can you read? I'll put it in.
all right, man. All right.
Oh, yeah, I don't have reading glasses. I forgot.
I know. Yeah,
I'm so
that's what I was
grateful.
going to say. All right, we'll
You know,
just
it's
stand
funny.
by then.
I could track an aircraft from almost to infinity, see it no problem, but up close, sucks getting old.
Channel 2, what's up with you? Channel 1 is aileron on these dudes.
Channel 3 is what you're looking for right there.
For throttle
That's
tool.
the throttle.
But I like to do number 1 first because I like
No.
to start in
Here's
order.
what you want to do. Just go ahead and put the landing gear in, put number 1 in, bind it, and then drop the landing gear. And then put each surface in, because anytime that you start putting everything together on a receiver and bind it up, you might have some surfaces backwards, you might have whatever, and the whole plane can have a conniption. I don't like that, man. I just connect one thing in, bind it, test it.
That's talking like a guy who's got time for all that. Normally, you don't have, I mean, this came with the linkages already done, control surface, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Control rods already done, ball links, all that good stuff. Or I would have done it what Mike said, which is just like throttle and gear.
Yeah, just
Bind it up.
and then put in your number 1. Check that out. Number 2.
Well, that's what we like to get that neutral going.
Yeah.
So, because why hook up the linkages on your surfaces if you don't know what neutral is yet? And I know some guys go with the servo tester for neutral. I don't trust
I don't
it.
believe those. I don't
trust
believe in
it,
that.
no.
I've done that to find out that does. That receiver is always different, and so is your radio. In fact, if you've ever bound a receiver, a new plane, because you wrecked the first one, built the second one.
That's never happened to you. has
No, and build the second one and get a new receiver, and then all of a sudden you find out that it's nowhere near, even after you got all your surfaces
it?
correct.
You ready to see if that worked?
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. So that receiver, the thing about Futaba also, now this thing says it takes like a 2600 to a 3300. I think that's why we like 4000s. Do you calibrate the ESC as a general rule if you need to? We'll get back on the comments in a minute. All right, so it's going to be a minute, Mike. Model select, in effect, Futaba 8J. Thank you, Model Aviation. Let's go with 4000 for the win. It's nice. They don't have the ribbon connectors like you're used to seeing on like free wing stuff, but there is a junction box that's already done up. So what I expect to be seeing,
just in case.
yeah, please. You guys ready? Fire in the hole, as they say. Digital.
Hey, check that out.
Up elevator. Can you see it?
Up.
Man, left aileron, right rudder.
Hey, whoa. Do your ailerons again. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, let's go flat. Dude, Mike, you did a good job.
Yeah, without saying it, it was great.
Hey,
eh?
you ready? Drop the
Yeah,
gear.
drop that gear right.
Lift it up a little higher.
Oh, go on.
Actually, dude, we got to give him the money shot, dude.
Yeah, let's do
Hold
that.
on a minute. Let's tuck this away. We got to give him the money shot. As our boys across the pond might say,
I can hold that.
upskirt.
I can hold that.
Oh, man, but it just looks so much better, right?
Oh, right.
With the, go ahead and hold it.
Yeah,
There's a lot to clean
there's a
up.
lot.
There's a lot to
There's a
clean
lot
up.
to
Are you ready?
clean
Can
up.
they see? Can they
Yeah,
see?
we're ready. Here we go.
Oh, yo, bro.
Dude, look at those landing gear. Holy.
Dude, let me see. Let me see. Can you guys see?
Ooh.
That
They're a little
one's,
stiff,
that
but
it'll
they
loosen up.
will loosen up with wear.
That's exactly what these need, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let the dogs out.
Ah.
Just what you need. Let's flip it over and really show it to him in the camera. Can you
So
do that?
is this digital or what's the?
It's the servos, bro.
I know, but where's one that's
Wiggle it.
it's not that one. Is that
That's-
flaps?
Could be. If it's
Which
flaps,
one's
just give
flap?
it a little. Yep.
Okay, it's flaps. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to override that.
Dude,
Man, look at the stance on that baby.
I love. Let me show. I'm gonna have you cycle these.
Ready?
It's the shoulder switch. Hold, not that one.
This one?
Nope. That one. In a minute. Hold on. Guys, big beefy metal trunnions, Mike.
That's what I was saying
Did you
earlier.
see that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Look at the trunnions.
Can you see this milled aluminum? These are pretty hot, dudes. Okay, go ahead and cycle them. Oh,
Oh.
man. Slick. And they've done this where if you have to make an adjustment on your steering
Correction
tiller,
holes already in it.
it's
Yeah.
awesome. And there's no slop because it's one of those quick connects that we love.
The surfaces are pretty well straight bang on, aren't they?
They are, and you know what? We're not gonna do the throws right now. We got to get it dressed up. Let's just clean this up for a second to dress it. I want to dress it.
I'm gonna shut this off.
Sure. Guys, we're live, so I'm not gonna tuck everything away and get dialed in with the throws. I'm actually on. There's a little slider here to help you get that off. Look at that beaut, man.
Man, that's beautiful.
Oh, it feels good,
The
Mike.
finish is like,
Back to the comments.
man.
Hopefully we can get this baby out Saturday. What a quick build. You guys saw it. Let's see. How long have we been going? Looks like some Haas gear. Andrew, you ain't lying.
Mhm.
One's a little bit stiff, like sticking, but that's an easy fix. A little bit of oil or something.
And after you do your build, after you screw everything in, give it 24 hours for the screws to set. That's what I do.
The one thing I was thinking when I was up there with the plane was the one thing missing is like when the servos were chattering. When you have to do the control linkages yourself, we always remember to work those hinges. You don't get that opportunity
Right.
when they're already together. But man, this is like park zone.
And
jet.
that's where the actual burning in the servo on the servo tester comes in, because it really does
That
your
is
thing for
true.
you. Yeah.
Spin it up, Dennis said. Man, you know what, Dennis? You're my guy. If my kids weren't asleep upstairs, I would have.
They're gonna have to get used to this anyway.
You're right.
You know what? Kids, go to bed. But Daddy,
they
go to
are
bed.
they are in bed.
Yes.
Look at all right.
Let's do it.
Dennis, you're gonna get me in trouble, bro. Dennis, you owe me a beer. No, man. Dennis bought a P40, I think today, off the Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike Amazon store.
Cool.
Yeah. Which you can buy toilet paper there too, and we earn half a penny, I think,
Yeah.
on that.
Buy enough
trying
of
to
it,
do
they'll
it,
come
guys.
out and wipe your hiney for you.
Oh, come on. This guy. So one thing though, I do notice that the box, the junction box, is a little bit maybe in the way for moving the battery back.
Now, is there a battery strap? Because I did not see that.
There are. They're under
Oh,
there.
yeah, they're in there.
There's
Okay,
two.
Just making sure.
But see
Yep.
that?
Yeah.
It's
right there at the cutout. Yep.
I mean, it's, turn it sideways.
Now, the cool thing is on this upper chamber, it's flat all the way across. So if you ever want to stick your gyro in there, it'll be inverted upside down, but it's a perfect place for it.
You run an AS3X or something in yours?
Yes. I love gyros.
They're fun.
They don't do squat for you on a nice calm day, but man, when we get these crosswinds coming off Lake Michigan, like today.
Windy and did you go out today?
I almost did.
You didn't go out.
Yeah, I was watching gassers fly instead.
Where'd you go?
I was over in Granger watching airplanes there.
Man, it is tight, y'all.
Mhm.
It is tight.
You know what? You probably can cut. Is there enough room to cut up in here to get your?
A little bit. I mean, I think there's something you could do. What, for like wires or for gyro? What are you talking about?
No, for the to make room for the in case you have to turn that battery around.
Oh, sure.
And the thing up, the cord.
This is why we do these not live.
But you don't need the canopy on.
I know, but I want the canopy on. It looks good with the canopy on. I'm going to shoehorn this in here if it's the last thing I do. I told you. All right.
As soon as he runs that out, that canopy is going to
Pop off. Dude, it's going to blow stuff off the pegboard. Y'all ready?
Turn it that way.
It's okay if it does.
All right.
Here you go, Dennis. Sea Viper's got an exterior shop. Smaller receiver would help. Yeah, I mean, it's negligible.
Yeah.
You put a 4-channel in, I suppose. All right, that's all I'm going to do. That sounds meaner now. Dude.
I'm going to stand in front of
In runner.
Give me a quick blast.
All right, good enough.
Dude.
She'll end up down here in a minute.
This will be great with some Nerf Vortex holler whistles.
I keep having, every time Mike says something about those whistles, I have this image of dudes at Nerf sitting in a boardroom trying to explain to each other demographically what's going on with a bunch of like empty nesters and retired guys buying Nerf footballs. Okay. For the win.
Man, this thing is, I'm sold. I mean,
So we're not going to set throws, but let's just say them.
Yeah. Well, find out if there's some up elevator that needs to be done during the initial
Flap to
setup.
elevator.
Yeah.
Did the
No,
free-
not flaps to elevator. Just
period.
Yeah. I would say there's probably going to be a little bit of an up elevator set, maybe.
Yes.
Does it say anymore?
I'm looking. Has a safe starter? I'm fairly certain too that the ESC is ready to rock by default.
Mm-hmm. But it's no biggie to initialize it. I mean, it's no biggie.
15 millimeter up and down high rate elevator, 10 for low. Aileron 12 millimeter up and down, 8 for low. Rudder 20 millimeter left and right, 15 for low. On the first flight, fly the model in low rate. The first time you use high rates, be sure to fly at low to medium speeds. Yeah, right. This guy will flip the paint right off of it. Center of gravity, again, 80 to 85 millimeters. You guys like that? I'm not sure there's a whole lot of options.
Wiggle room in that.
I'll have to move that junction box. It doesn't say anything about flap to elevator or just at neutral, but I'm with you. My buddy Alpha 10, you remember Fernando?
Mm-hmm.
He says this son of a gun will jump off if you take off with like flaps. It doesn't say.
Nope.
The only thing I didn't look at was it's not in there.
Nope.
I'll take another look at it, but we've done this before.
Yeah, but this isn't a full stab, so
It won't get you in
definitely
trouble.
on a full stab you would.
Is your 90 a full stab?
Oh yeah.
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 Okay, back to the comments. How long have we been up, guys? Grossman says Mikey does some of the best touch and goes. That's true.
Thank you, sir.
I'm trying. Let's see. Note that silent pauses. They were both listening for the misses. Yeah, I wasn't listening. Won't help if you whisper. You're right, Dennis. Trouble. I've already laid down the trouble.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Ramsey.
I wish that she would come downstairs because y'all just don't even know. I did pretty good. I'm a lucky man. Let's see. Do you normally find that the called out CG is correct? That's the one thing in a manual. Like, I go really by the book on everything because I want to know. I want to be. Me and Mike both want to be an accurate reference for you all because we're all dealing with these books, which are way better than they used to be. By the way, I'll say again because it was laughable before.
Yeah, anytime I always go by CG because I feel that if the plane crashes or something goes wrong, it's their fault. And my blame is taken off my shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, go by the book. I mean,
yeah,
it's good advice.
And then just kind of, and what I love about most of these jets is that you find out that you got a lot of wiggle room on CGs that you can go plus or minus a bit.
But yes, if you've watched any of the videos for a while, you know that I think everyone knows we default to, like I do anyway, nose heavy. Even if it sucks, at least it's coming back in one piece, right? So with it being nose heavy, I know I either A, need to move the battery back and I can, or 2, B, that more pitch, you know?
And you can tell where your CG's off. Like here, you know, we're what, 80 some?
80 to 85.
80 to 85 from this beginning of the lead edge. So this is what I look for in the air. So we're talking 8 centimeters or so.
Yep.
So is that about right here somewhere?
Yeah. Actually, you want me to go get my stick?
Yeah, and find
All
out.
right, dude.
So let's just say that the CG point is right here on this white line right here, right? The CG is right where the plane is going to rotate at. So when it's up in the air, it's going to rotate right there on the CG. It's also going to roll on the CG. So if you find that the plane, for some reason, seems to be doing its thing back here, then you know the CG's off. Or if it seems to be rotating here, you know, CG's off. So CG is just going to tell you where the plane is actually rotating on its axis. And that's where you'll know, you know, if you got to move forward, back, or whatever, by the character of the plane.
Mike, you nailed it. The white line is 85.
Oh, wow.
Show them.
Okay.
Show them.
Right.
Right after those.
Yeah. So it's right.
Yeah, that's 85.
There's 85 right on this back of the white line. So
I know Mike said a lot of good stuff about CG, and it's all right. The CG discussion is a fun one because it's like, well, they say, I want to be appropriate, but it's like buttholes and opinions. Everybody's got one or whatever, right?
Yeah.
About CG.
Well, you know, when we were in fast jet training, we could actually see the CG. We would pull back on the stick, and you could feel where the plane is rotating on that axis. And if you're inside the plane, you can feel it. And we knew the different characters that there were. If you were completely loaded up with ordnance, the plane flew different. You know, your CG range is different, and now you got a different way of flying compared to when it was empty, or if you had, you know, lots of fuel in the trunk, whatever, depending on what jet you're flying. So we would always know where our plane is rotating at that particular spot, so we would do our maneuvers there, and it goes the same way with the toys.
Except you're not in it. So I'm going to tell you why and what I like about CG. Dan was asking if it says to do it upside down or wheels down or whatever like that. I'd do it wheels down just because that's how it's going to be on your bench. And it almost is high wing, mid to high wing. So I would just do it right side up. It doesn't say. It does say, though, however, to make sure that it's slightly nose down, right? Which makes a lot of sense. And Randy said the thing I was thinking of: nose heavy flies poorly, tail heavy flies once. My biggest thing about CG is not what it takes on the elevator to fly it upside down, not what it does in a 45-degree dive, not what it does. I mean, a little bit what it does, just full throttle straight. But mostly, I want to know what's it do out of the power. If I got no thrust at all, what's happening? Can I follow the nose in? Can I glide it in safe? Can I protect my investment? Because for me, anyway, it's very counterintuitive to put downstick in at all. I want the plane, if I'm out of the power, that's usually how I start most of my descents anyway. I'll make that base, turn to final. I'm dead sticked until it's starting to sink a little too quick. And I'll pour in a little. That's when you always hear me say, like, now I'm in idle or whatever. And that's to maintain that descent rate and that glide slope. But I don't start off at idle. And I can do that consistently because I set them up where it's going to follow the nose in a glide. Now, if it sinks like a rock, you're too nose heavy, And if you rely on your elevator to fix that, you're all of a sudden going to run out of elevator too soon. You risk stalling the plane, things like that. So everybody's right on that CG debate, I think, in a way. But you have to decide what you want for you. Like upside down, if I have to give it some downstick, big deal. Like, what's it do on approach for me?
Remember, Tom, planes are made that way. I mean, your wing is made to be right side up better than upside down. So if you're trying to, unless it's one of those 3D,
Sea Viper.
Yeah, you're supposed to have a different characteristic. And when you're in a cloud with your instruments out, you would hope that you could differentiate if you're upside down, right side up. I mean, beyond what I need. Oh, this is flying so nice, and you're upside down in a cloud,
We have Mike does a good job. I think both of us are really okay at talking while we do this stuff, just because it's fun. We didn't ever plan on it. It was just how it always worked out. But especially on this one, I recall you all the time talking about setting your attitude. I mean, the minute you're out of the base leg, like he's got his attitude set and it's throttle to do it all to get you where you gotta go.
Yeah, I always
you're not wallowing around in the pitch.
I always set up how I'm touching down way back when I turn from base to final.
Grossman asks, how about inverted flight as a way of measuring CG? Again, I don't think so. Like he's talking about airfoils, they're not unless it's a 3D plane.
Where they're symmetrical,
it doesn't matter.
Then it should be. But these, no. Yeah. I mean, these are made. You've got flat edge with a high camber on the top.
Totally normal.
Always gonna be. There's only one way to fly that bird.
Totally normal to need downstick inverted on about anything. Gobs of it, yeah, you might be nose heavy, but I mean, man, nose heavy, if you're not nosing over or putting your prop in the dirt all the time or breaking up your nose on a jet, if it works for you, do it. Guys, how long has this been? These are fun. We've never done this before. Move that battery back. I have a question in regards to CG. One of my jets I have to consistently hold a bit of up elevator in to make fly level. I've run out of up trim. What do you reckon? Nose heavy? Perhaps. Andrew agrees. Yeah, move that battery back or mechanically also do two things. Move the battery back.
Well, is it a full flying stab or is it,
I doubt it.
Just a regular, oops, somebody's running around upstairs.
That's the lazy boy.
Oh.
That's what happens when you get out of it. No big deal. Thank you, Sea Viper. I think we talked on the phone one time, Guy. I think it was around A4 time. Am I right? Tell me your first name, too, in the comments, brother. So, yeah, I'm thinking it was a Yeah, you can use sub trim. But yeah, physical change is the way to go on the elevator. To answer this guy's question, I think, yeah, you're probably nose heavy. But if you want to, I wouldn't fix two things at once.
Right.
My thing is either leave your trims and everything the way they are and just move the battery back a little bit and see what happens, or leave the battery right where you have it and mechanically center your stuff so you have some trim left, and then get it trimmed out and see what you think. If it's still nose heavy, then you know what's up. But
See, in Fast Jet, we preferred tail CG. We preferred it on the tail side because
Patrick.
it is way more efficient.
that's right.
Way more efficient. Having the tail a little more heavy. Problem is, though, you're more prone to stall. So that's the drawback. Having it nose heavy actually takes more power, but you won't stall as much.
It's safer.
So there's a little bit of, unless it's a landing and you're so forward that you can't get the stall that you need, and then you're going to get that bounce.
It loads up the elevator.
Yeah.
I mean, a good flying balanced plane, the elevator's not so loaded up, but all that stuff is great. But I just know most of us want to enjoy it, land it predictively, and bring it home in one
to the first
piece.
question, follow the main manual.
Yeah,
They-
good reference.
Yeah, they did the testing on it. So, and Alpha, when he does the free wing, he's dead on. When he pretty much, when the manual
He's human.
Yeah, but when it's coming,
By the time y'all get the manual,
yeah, we figured it out.
We've gotten some early that didn't have a book, and something was lost in translation.
Right. But I'm just saying, by the time that manual is written,
yeah.
And
I
if
would
not,
totally trust those.
and if not, we would have a revision on it before it even got to the customer. Might be a
Well,
sticker on
some
the
of you
box
guys
or something
remember
like that.
stickers on boxes and things like
Yeah.
that. That's from early adopters. Let's see. He says, I bought K. Ahmed. I bought this plane for Motion RC and loved it. Don't have it anymore. Crashed it really bad. It sounded amazing. Yes, you probably did have the free wing one. This one happens to be the FMS 70 millimeter. I think it's an in-runner version 2 with suspension struts. So version 2 means they have a version 1, which the version 1 comes with those, what I call the pigtail suspension, where it's just like the coat hanger deal.
Right.
Still retracts and all, but very, they work fine. But these are slick.
Oh, I know it.
These are cool. Let's see. Top chat. Do you guys have a price point on this one? Ballpark. I just was looking at the Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike RC Amazon store. Plug. And and the version 1 was like $209. So I think version 2, and it makes sense that it's an in-runner and upgraded struts. I think it's $269 retail. You can go to fmsmodel.com and check that out. I think that's what it is. And that's where this one came from. So I recognize the FMS pilot figure. Yeah, dude, he's in everything.
He gets royalties for being in
That dude,
yeah.
it's like Tom Hinton. Isn't that the guy that flies like everything in real life? Or Kermit Weeks. That guy like owns like so many real planes.
But this one looks like John
270
Travolta.
on FMS. John Travolta.
Yeah, check him out.
He's staying alive. 270 on FMS. There we go. It's been a while. It was the free wing. Yeah, they very similar. And I didn't build was it pretty close?
Yeah.
Like
But
dead
you
ringer?
know what? This one, I think, was a little bit, it's tighter. This one is. Look at that. There is no gap in the wings.
Was it all screwed together on the free wing one, or was there glue?
There was I want to say there was glue on that tail.
Like the tail.
Yeah.
This one's got that. Is that all? That's foam there too. But there is the couple screw in hard points.
And here,
on
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, which is really nice. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. There we go. Do you guys have a price point? The plane is a YT model.
This thing's awesome, dude.
It is, and I love.
Man, the finish. I just can't get over it.
I just love these chats. Hey, Mike, can you get on your phone and super chat me $15?
Yeah, you bet.
I'm just kidding, but I want you to see if it works. Anyway, this dude's ad has been stuck on our live the whole time. I've been seeing this dude. Let's skip this ad. I'm gonna just let it play, dude. Sorry. Guys, how long has it been going? All right, so listen, this is what I want from you guys. Thumbs it up if you were here hanging out. I appreciate that. 28 guys in this thing. It looks like there's a ton of comments. I'll be able to look at that later. I'll dress up the replay, probably with the thumbnail and the description, and build it out with the title and tags and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's not a comprehensive build, but it's kind of like an unboxing build and hanging out with us. A little bit more of this kind of RC Pilots Lounge vibe that we're really doing lately, which the main reason for that is to just like engage with you guys as much as we can and not just rely solely upon the weather being right and work schedules being right to go out at the field, because we've been doing this a long time and we really love it. So I think we're in the season where we figured out how to do more of it. Believe it or not, I feel like we're working like more than before. Mm-hmm. So, and now we've got some free time because with James and Stuart in-house getting things done, we're able to kind of chill and go back to like our route down, route down. So here we are. We're going to be glad to see you guys. Whoever's close to Texas, check out that. Come see us at Warwards Over Grapevine. It's for
October,
a great cause.
14, 15, 16 or something like that?
We arrive on the 12th, which is like a Friday morning.
Oh, it's okay. That's early then. 12.
And then we probably come back on Sunday. But I think the event is like Saturday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday. I don't know. But check it out. There'll be more details on that soon. We're going to probably get Anthony and for sure Dave Hawker, who like help put that event together, and we're really the main reasons we got invited and flown out there the first time.
It is a good show, by the way.
It's a super great show.
It's awesome. Just don't, bring your ant spray.
Yeah, your fire ants.
There's fire ants.
You
everywhere.
cowboys who avoid the manuals think you're so cool, Grossman. And he rewrites them. You can't avoid them. If you rewrite them, listen, again, like I'll say, the reason we don't need the manuals, but we want to level the field of understanding because we have been at it long enough to recognize and appreciate what you get from us. We are aware of it a little bit, like a point of reference.
And you know what? We're not even worried that we've got 10 of these small screws left over.
It's like IKEA, big deal.
Yeah.
So what? So what? Let's see. Looks like Ryan only has a head and hands, though. That's what I would say. I think that's awesome. I like the bouncing head song or whatever. So what's next, man? I mean, listen. So guys, Saturday, RC Pilots Lounge, number 7.
Dude, put your hands up here like that. Yeah, there. That's how tall he is.
The itsy bitsy spider. There's an arm. Hey. Dude, these lives are where it's at. And you know the best part about building live? I don't have to edit it later. It's done.
Yeah. And hopefully you forgot any bad parts.
You know what? This has been around for a minute. Listen, when something's brand new, we'll probably get, what I call comprehensive, the tight shots, let you see it. We understand that we're your eyes. You can't, it's online retail now. I mean, you can't really walk into a hobby shop and see this stuff. So we're your eyes. So keep coming over here. We're going to get an L39 and do it up
now,
to
who gave us
our
the comment?
way.
Who gave us the comment that is flying the turbojet and said that, would this be a good second plane?
I don't remember his name, but that was the question.
Right. Because we're going to find that out on Saturday. So when you watch the flight, we will let you know. We will call you out and let you know
if
this would be a good second plane.
We'll go back to it.
Yep.
broadcast Saturday on this YouTube channel. This was the whole goal, Grossman, was to really have it over here. But George is so gracious in helping me out. And he had a lot of that tech at his fingertips available for
He's got techie tips.
So he can, it's all about, like, when it's just me and Mike, it's easy. I can go live, whatever. I don't need anybody help. It's crazy that we've done video for so long. The difference between like live streaming stuff and doing it well and doing it with someone that's not here. So like every one of the podcasts so far has been me and someone else, even if it was only George. But usually it was me and then George and then Steve. Me, George, the Timber Brothers. Me, George, Chloe and April, Anthony and Ben, and so on. And then now we've changed the day so we can get Mike in on it. Mostly, I told you all I changed it because it was football. It's really because of This Is Us, the TV show, that every time you watch it, I'm kidding, but that would be hilarious. I think that show's on Tuesday, but that would be so funny to like move like a total guy thing from one day to the next so you can watch like This Is Us with a box of Kleenex.
Well, I always tell patients when we're getting ready to put them under, I could be home watching Lifetime right now.
He's out of his
Oxygen.
mind. Victor, to answer the guy who doesn't have a lot of space, but I think just bought one, Victor says he would recommend a full flap takeoff on a short runway. It makes sense. My buddy Alpha 10, Fernando, we met him, and I want to say his buddy's name was Chris, and then Jet Styles, Ryan, were at Jet Jam. He says that this son of a gun will get off quick with flaps. So careful, but also good.
Well, even the free wing would take off before it was ready to take off.
You flew it more than I did.
Yeah. First flight.
Didn't I hate it for a while?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Why did I hate it? Was it the bounce
It was the bounces. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. You know what? If you don't do the Bayhawk right, it'll bounce on you too. But we nailed it.
Yeah. But free wing, on my first takeoff on the free wing,
Andrew,
it just pops up. You got to remember, man, this with the wing root glove this wide. I mean, look at the wing root glove. Man, let's try to look. That big by that long, that automatically gives you your lift. The body is doing nothing but lift before the wings even get there. And that's what was happening. It would actually just turn over and stall out. So be careful there.
Catching back up to the comments. I don't really even know what time it is now. Oh, yeah. I'm going to super chat myself. Cool. I'm just kidding. So Eastern time, 9 o'clock our time, Eastern. If you do Instagram, follow the Pilot Ryan. I do Twitter too, but no one's there. We have the Facebook page, which has kind of always been up and running, that we're finally – we kept the lights on for 5 years, but didn't do much there because obviously we were doing it, at everybody's favorite store. So, but we're there. And then I've got the Ryan Ramsey personal profile too, so I can be in groups. Because the irony, like Facebook won't let a page be in groups or follow people, which is just ridiculous. So to be honest with you, pages are dead. Groups are the way to go. Personal profiles have full access to all the features, so that's why we did that. If you want Mike, you got to get him through me because this dude lives under a rock after he lives here. There's no social swag at all.
Well, the problem is,
which is fine.
Yeah,
I'm floating.
Yeah, I'm in middle of two ventures right now, so that's why flying has kind of taken a wee bit of a back stance. So I've got a full-fledged documentary coming out on the research at Notre Dame. So
he's been slinging a lot of footage and video and photos
so this is
for Notre Dame, which is
really,
fantastic.
Really good documentary that should be out once we get it edited and the complete research is finally released to the public. So that's what I've been doing. Yep.
And then whenever I bug him, here we go. And like I said, we've figured out a way to you notice that even when it's me, he's on except for Instagram or something, my social security card. Like I usually have him on there with me because it's just what it is, man. Double trouble, toil and trouble. I was actually watching some of those old videos the other day. Yes, I do post in the Tired Iron Aviation group. And the thing that's why we're going to go to YouTube, because if I post this in the group, it'll be long gone in a day, just because it's so active over there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many groups. I try to kind of limit it, but because I don't want to be redundant, usually I'm promoting maybe kind of the same thing. I mean, guys, it's a lot of work, man, hitting all the socials. And what are you going to do? Have something like different for everyone?
This is one of my favorite though, because we can actually talk to you folks. You know, what's on your mind? What do you want to see?
Saturday Eastern, 9:00. What's up, Jeffrey Brown, Joshua McLean, Harrier or F-35?
Ooh, I like that.
Man, that's a good question. Either one, if somebody will bring it to market, would be fantastic. I just want to shout out like a bunch of guys before we head out. And also, thank you, Grossman. That's a good reminder. If you're here in the room with us, thumbs it up. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do it. It helps. It's all about some weird algorithm, artificial intelligent robot somewhere that determines whether we're worthy of coming up in search. SEO.
Maybe we're not, but you're here, so it must be.
We need a free wing VTOL EDF. Tony S says Harrier or F-35. I'm going to answer Joshua McLean. Let's say I'd like to see an F-35 done right, although a Harrier hasn't been done. Yeah, but the question is Harrier or F-35.
Yeah, he's confused. He wants a Panavia Tornado.
Yes, that's true. Do you post in the group? Don't forget to hit that like button. Thumbs up at the bottom right of the screen. Thank you, Grossman. That gets you a free coffee, Grossman. Love this plane. Thank you, Tony Gibson. Mountain time, 9:00.
In fact,
don't forget
that's
your
a good idea.
bagpipes.
All right.
Tired Iron Aviation, great community, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, I was going to say, that reminds me, that's probably a good deal. If you thumbs up this video, you get a free cup of coffee. After you hit the thumbs up, go to your kitchen, pour yourself some coffee.
Yeah.
On us.
IKEA screwdrivers work perfectly, by the way. Do you guys arm wrestle to see who flies it first? See, Patrick says, see Viper RC. No, but see, Mike likes camera, on purpose. By the way, I say this and I think it's clever. Photomasochism. What we do is the worst, hardest type of photography and video you could ever endeavor to do. The only thing at all close to what we do in a professional vein is that son of a gun who watches a golf ball from the tee up into the bright sky and then back down. That dude I used to just kind of lump it into like sports photography or video would be like what we do because of the speed. But really, you got to think about the light. The cameras are not made for the sky, man, or bird watching, They're all made to make the most out of a low light situation, right? Yeah. Down in the dirt, it'll look great. Up in the sky, it's like you're always fighting.
I can almost. I don't know what camera they're using, but I'm sure he's flipping that neutral density. Like,
they probably have it down by now because it's just going to do hit a button and boom. Anyway, you would recommend RC aviation photography to someone you didn't like. No jazz hands. Okay, next thing, he'll be in mime. Gross.
Hey, put yourself in the box.
I won't fit in there, dude. I'm huge. That's why I'm wearing black. Let's try for 100 guys on Saturday. Wow, that'd be sweet.
Whoa.
That's what she said.
Dude. Well, there goes that family-friendly attitude. That's why we do this at night.
That was pretty good, though. You guys are great. I guess we'll wrap it up. What's next, man? So this Saturday, the guest is going to be Mike, man. George isn't going to be around to help us out because he's going to be at Joe Nall. So we're not going to be able to like stream in somebody because I'm not that guy who can work that out. Although in the future I'll learn how to do it. George is going to help me. After this Saturday, where we have Mike, where he unveils what is Stick and Monkey Pants all about. Should I tell him the guest for the weekend after?
Yeah. What's the guest? I don't even know.
You don't know? Okay, guys. Have you guys seen? You guys?
Oh, you told me.
Yeah. So Joshua Scott from Flight Test fame does the memoirs of World War II, where he's going around and collecting the stories, doing a super slick production, getting these guys while they're still here, these veterans from World War II, to tell their stories. Check it out now. The Memoirs of World War II YouTube channel. It's like PBS quality, like super good documentary stuff, which Mike could appreciate. And you guys all are a captive audience to honoring and respecting and wanting to hear these stories. And so we're going to have him on the show on the 29th, explaining a little bit about how he got started in that initiative in the first place, what his goals are. And I mean, really, if you haven't checked out that YouTube channel, go do it, subscribe. He's got a Patreon because he raises money to get these guys to some of these memorials. Some of these guys came home like in bad shape, never got a hero's welcome. Like, believe it, at 90 something, you still want it. So he's part of making that happen for guys, which is just super humbling and awesome. And we're very tickled to have him on the show. And that's tentatively the 29th. I may not have George back yet to help me, so I might push it another week, but that's going to be a great show.
I'll be kilted for that one.
You will be kilted for that one.
It's a 7:30 kickoff, so I'll be rushing from the game straight here.
On the 29th?
Yeah.
What about the next week? Home game?
Don't think so, no.
That's what we'll move it to, because I'll have George. I need to be able to stream him in and have him on screen for everybody. That sounds awesome, Dennis. We're so pumped. I've actually been working on him for a few weeks, and he got me back finally, and I'm going to actually have to push it back now another week. But that's okay. I want Mike here, and I need George to help facilitate the back and forth with the screen stuff. The name of that channel, again, is Memoirs of World War II. You'll recognize Joshua Scott from Flight Test if you've been following them for any amount of time. I remember those guys. Like the first video Josh and Josh did was like the Wildcat or something. And great story, actually. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with those guys, with him. And I know his wife works hard with him as well on that initiative. And he's going to tell us all about it. But before then, check it out, because that's what I do, so I can develop some questions for him and really know what we're talking about. So anyway, this Saturday, me and him, Stick and Monkey Pants, hashtag Stick and Monkey Pants when you post on Instagram and Twitter, if you do that, because I want to see. I got one guy who's put Stick and Monkey Pants on like everything. So there's like 15 posts. Follow the hashtag. Use the hashtag Stick a Monkey Pants on Instagram at the Pilot Ryan. Mention me, tag me, so I can see your post. Because otherwise, there's so much I got to look through. I won't see it unless you call me out. And if you call me out, I'm gonna see it and I'm gonna like it. So let me see what you're doing. We want you guys to see what we're doing. So that's how it works. We are gonna wrap this thing up, Mike.
Okay.
I got to go over there and turn it off. So I'm gonna salute now. What are we forgetting? Anything? Thanks. Thumbs up. Do that stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to go turn it off. Appreciate you. Pipe us out. Ending stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the way, Mike has the answer to the universe and everything on his shirt.
Yes, I do.
42. See ya. I'm sure.